Hey. 8-bar corner pocket, calling all the shots, boy. Raw denim, 5 pockets, feeling like a hot boy. Y'all tripping, I was in the crib watching Top Boy. Chopping up this green, guess I got a thing for bok choy. Ain't worry about your playlist, bruh. I need an alias, I need a foreign passport, and a change of radius. I don't pay them, but I don't save them, I ain't the glaciers. Need 2 chains like Def Jam to change the glaciers. Titanic crash against Floss, you know my wave crazy. Put over with no ID, look like cocaine 80. Same kid with stripes like a ref's average shirt. Got the next magic verse, got my chest tatted first. Treasures, Antioch stores make desperate measures. Back when you had a 1-up when your shirt said pleasures. Was in the church like elders, was underground like shelters. Made a plan to get it and kept it together like welders. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. Whoa, 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 whoa. All black leather now, my vibe much better now. My tribe said I'm the one, my time feel extra now. My instincts dialed in, my senses is dialed up. My sentences chime in, they eyebrows rise up. I feel like a titan writing the scripture. My might is touching the mixture, designing the holy picture. Reminisce on tradition, my fight in the heart with the knockout. Genesis definition of light when God told me pop out. With a smile on my face upon my arrival. It's a difference when racing for your survival. Think I'm poised to win it. Checker flags, waving Nipsey, drinking Chardonnay with my little mama banging Rihanna. Icons of this time that we live. I'm facing my every fear. I'm taking time to be still. I'm breaking down every barricade as I wait at the pier. Still waters run deep and I swear it's great to be here. I'm learning patience this year, chasing greatness this year. I'm making statements before they happen, creating this year. I seen love leave and I seen hatred appear. And my ears adjust to the silence, the snakes I can't hear. But it's never scary. The DNA of God hereditary. We all in the same class but the lessons vary. Old school ambition, but painted extra cherry. Receive the fruits of my labor, I think it's necessary. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God, with what little pride I can salvage, I'll just pick up and go. Trying to sing to your heart, you went straight for the throat. Know you fronted the bill, but now we divvy the quote. That's time spent with nothing to show. Hard to stomach, I know. Manipulation, we didn't need to deploy. But you playing with my vision like you think it's a toy. A product of pain, your demons bleed through the noise. Nothing but a host you sent to seek and destroy. Just a reminder to clear your mind up. This ain't no size up and not a fair fight. Neither the bodies start to pile up, let's put that behind us. No looking back or looking down, and forever to meet again, it'll probably be on a cloud. It's the principality, love, not keeping count. My default is sugar-free, when in doubt, I was bleeding out. Clear the scene, nothing to see, nobody to blame here with me. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. Just by a show of hands, who could really leave it to chance? Seen some good kids die before Kenny in the van. Grieving on the spectrum, they may never understand. What all that stuff sticking to the plan as far as where I land. So aiming for the sky, praying we're aligned. Don't pass me by, I'm alive on the far side. They got the means to move the finish and the start line. So what's a steep fall from a hard climb? So up the mountain I go. No time to explain, I paint it vivid if I make it back home. Bob Ross on every beat, I put the pain in the song. Breaking down the game film, trying to see what went wrong. So the loss matters more than the win. Then living with regret like you didn't pull the pin. Hand grenade in the shade, slow dancing on the limb. For what it's worth, I do it all again. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God.
I seen the light. I see the reason in the night. And every time I close my eyes, guess I just need you by my side. Yeah, my heart gets cold. I need you when the lights go low. And my heart gets cold. I need you more than you know. After all the time that's passed, is it wrong to say I want you back? Yeah, my heart gets cold. I need you when the lights go low. No love wasted if you take it. If you feel a little lonely, I could use a little something. We could make a new beginning. Feel a little lonely, I could use a little something. Don't give me up, I seen the light. I see the reason in the night. And every time I close my eyes, guess I just need you by my side. Yeah, my heart gets cold. I need you when the lights go low. Yeah, my heart gets cold. I need you more than you know. After all the time that's passed, is it wrong to say I want you back? Yeah, my heart gets cold. I need you when the lights go low.
Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God, with what little pride I can salvage, I'll just pick up and go. Trying to sing to your heart, you went straight for the throat. Know you fronted the bill, but now we divvy the quote. That's time spent with nothing to show. Hard to stomach, I know. Manipulation, we didn't need to deploy. But you playing with my vision like you think it's a toy. A product of pain, your demons bleed through the noise. Nothing but a host you sent to seek and destroy. Just a reminder, to clear your mind up. This ain't no size up, and not a fair fight. Neither the bodies start to pile up, let's put that behind us. No looking back or looking down, and forever to meet again, it'll probably be on a cloud. It's the principality, love, not keeping count. My default is sugar-free, when in doubt, I was bleeding out. Clear the scene, nothing to see, nobody to blame here but me. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. Just by a show of hands, who could really leave it to chance? Seen some good kids die before Kenny in the van. Grieving on the spectrum, they may never understand. With all that, still sticking to the plan as far as where I land. So aiming for the sky, praying we're aligned. Don't pass me by, I'm alive on the far side. They got the means to move the finish and the start line. So what's a steep fall from a hard climb? So up the mountain I go. No time to explain, I paint it vivid if I make it back home. Bob Ross on every beat, I put the pain in the song. Breaking down the game film, trying to see what went wrong. So the loss matters more than the win. Then living with regret like you didn't pull the pin. Hand grenade in the shade, slow dancing on the limb. For what it's worth, I do it all again. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God, with what little pride I can salvage, I'll just pick up and go. Trying to sing to your heart, you went straight for the throat. Know you fronted the bill, but now we divvy the quote. That's time spent with nothing to show. Hard to stomach, I know. Manipulation we didn't need to deploy. But you playing with my vision like you think it's a toy. A product of pain, your demons bleed through the noise. Nothing but a host you sent to seek and destroy. Just a reminder to clear your mind up. This ain't no size up and not a fair fight. Neither the bodies start to pile up, let's put that behind us. No looking back or looking down, and forever to meet again, it'll probably be on a cloud. It's the principality, love, not keeping count. My default is sugar-free, when in doubt, I was bleeding out. Clear the scene, nothing to see. Nobody to blame here but me. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. Just by a show of hands, who could really leave it to chance? Seen some good kids die before Kenny in the van. Grieving on the spectrum, they may never understand. With all that, still sticking to the plan as far as where I land. So aiming for the sky, praying we're aligned. Don't pass me by, I'm alive on the far side. They got the means to move the finish and the start line. So what's a steep fall from a hard climb? So up the mountain I go. No time to explain, I paint it vivid if I make it back home. Bob Ross on every beat, I put the pain in the song. Breaking down the game film, trying to see what went wrong. So the loss matters more than the win. Then living with regret like you didn't pull the pin. Hand grenade in the shade, slow dancing on the limb. For what it's worth, I do it all again. Hurt people, but we might have took it too far. Don't ever question if it's love, you know I got you if you do call. It's so much easier to run with the traumas wherever you are. Can't afford to point the finger, should probably tend to my own flaws. God.
Hey, 8-bar corner pocket, calling all the shots, boy. Raw denim, 5 pockets, feeling like a hot boy. Y'all tripping, I was in the crib watching Top Boy. Chopping up this green, guess I got a thing for Bok Choy. Ain't worried about your playlist, bruh. I need an alias, I need a foreign passport, and a change of radius. I don't pay them, but I don't save them, I ain't the glaciers. Need 2 chains like Def Jam to change the glaciers. Titan and crash against Floss, you know my wave crazy. Put over with no ID, look like cocaine 80. Same kid with stripes like a ref's average shirt. Got the next magic verse. Got my chest tatted first, treasures. Antioch stores make desperate measures. Back when you had a one-up when your shirt said pleasures. Was in the church like elders, was underground like shelters. Made a plan to get it and kept it together like welders. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me, oh no. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. Whoa, 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 whoa. All black leather now, my vibe much better now. My tribe said I'm the one, my time feel extra now. My instincts dialed in, my senses is dialed up. My sentences chime in, they eyebrows rise up. I feel like a titan writing the scripture. My might is touching the mixture, designing the holy picture. Reminisce on tradition, my fight in the heart with the knockout. Genesis definition of light when God told me pop out. With a smile on my face upon my arrival. It's a difference when racing for your survival. Think I'm poised to win it. Checker flags, waving Nipsey Honor. Drinking Chardonnay with my little mama banging Rihanna. Icons of this time that we live. I'm facing my every fear. I'm taking time to be still. I'm breaking down every barricade as I wait at the pier. Still waters run deep and I swear it's great to be here. I'm learning patience this year, chasing greatness this year. I'm making statements before they happen, creating this year. I seen love leave and I seen hatred appear. And my ears adjust to the silence, the snakes I can hear. But it's never scary. The DNA of God hereditary. We all in the same class, but the lessons vary. Old school ambition, but painted extra cherry. Receive the fruits of my labor, I think it's necessary. I'm living stress-free, never catch me, never test me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live webinar on how to immigrate to Canada as a healthcare assistant. I see there's a lot of people on the as our participants right now. So we'll give it another 30 seconds. I see people still chiming in. And for those people who are already here, thank you for attending, for giving us your time to listen and learn more about how to immigrate to Canada as a healthcare assistant or a caregiver or a personal support worker. Those names are all the same. So yeah, and it will be starting in around 20 seconds. This would be a very, very informative webinar. And I'm pretty sure you guys will learn a lot. And at the end of the webinar, you are able, at the end of the presentation, you'll be able to ask a lot of questions. Any questions that you would like to ask with regards to the whatever you have watched, or any other questions around immigration, you can go ahead and take that opportunity to ask your questions. And if you guys are watching via the Facebook live stream, please do like us, and hopefully you can also share it to your friends, to the groups that you belong to. That would be very much appreciated. All right, so let's go ahead and get this one started. So once again, my name is Israel Roman, and I am your licensed immigration consultant. And you are here today to learn more about how to immigrate to Canada as a healthcare assistant. So aside from being a licensed Canadian immigration consultant, I am also a nurse, a active registered nurse here in Canada. And in our offices, we have our main branch here in Nanaimo, BC. And we also have our remote office, or our branch in the Philippines, which is in Lipa City, Batangas. So if you guys are close to Lipa City, Batangas, and you guys would like to set up book an appointment to come and talk to us, feel free to message us on that one. We're happy to book an appointment with you guys. If you guys are far, no worries. I mean, like, there's a lot of ways on how we can talk to each other, communicate, right? So I mean, like, even though we only have our offices in Canada and Philippines, we do serve clients all over the place, all over the country, all over the world, right? So, we have clients from Singapore, Hong Kong, US, so yeah, Israel as well. So I know a lot of you guys will be asking, how credible is this person talking to me at the moment, right? So I'll help you guys get that answered. So as a licensed Canadian immigration consultant, I had to take my immigration policy course with UBC, or University of British Columbia. And then once I have completed that course, I had to take of course, my final exam and then my board exam to be a licensed immigration consultant and stay active with the Immigration Consultant of Canada, ICCRC, sorry. So Immigration Consultant of Canada Regulatory Council. So if you guys are a professional back home in the Philippines, let's say you are a registered nurse, ICCRC would be the same as PRC, or the Professional Regulatory Council, right? So as a registered nurse, you have to maintain your license and be in good standing. Same thing with myself, but it would be under ICCRC. So if we go to the ICCRC website, and right here where it says public register, so and then what I'm trying to do is search for my name, and then you guys will see my license and see if it's still active. Right, so there you go. There's my name right there, and it says status is active, and my contact details says right here in Nanaimo, BC. And the company I work for is Roman and Associates Immigration Services Limited. Okay. So now with that one, you can be certain that I am indeed with good standing with ICCRC. Now, when it comes to the company, our company is the Roman and Associates Immigration Services Limited, and this one is based here, as I've said earlier, in Nanaimo, BC. So of course, you want to make sure as well that that business does really exist. So we can go to the Canada Business Registry. Okay. Let me just run real quick because I think my laptop will be dying soon. Sorry about that one. Hold on. There you go. Sorry. I'm back. As I was saying, so sorry about that one. So I mean, like, you guys can really see that this is a live webinar. I'm trying to catch my breath here. Okay, so search for the business. So type in Roman and Associates. So there's a lot. Oh, zero. Hold on. Maybe I typed in the wrong. All right, something's wrong with this one. I will get back to you guys on that one. Sorry. And as I was saying, I'm a practicing RN here in Nanaimo, BC. So just to make sure that you guys is also kind of like I try to confirm that the person that's talking to you right now, like behind this webinar, is really Israel Roman, right? So if you go to any search engine and just type in Israel Roman, Nanaimo. There you go. On the right-hand side, it would show. On the right-hand side, would show the our company, Roman and Associates Immigration Services, and it does say the address, which is Nanaimo, BC, and that's our phone number. And then when you look at the images or pictures, all right. So let's click on one picture right here. So as you can see, that's myself right there behind the podium. If you zoom in, it says the city of Nanaimo. So Nanaimo Hospital Auxiliary Donation tops 300,000. So that's myself giving a quick thank you speech to the volunteers. Another picture of myself. This is when I was touring one of the MLAs or politicians in our ICU in the hospital I work for. So there you go. We just want to show you guys closer. So yeah, so this one's myself again holding a big check. And this is from the Nanaimo Hospital, gets 340,000. So now you can go ahead and conclude that I am a legitimate, I'm hoping that you can conclude that I am a legitimate person, licensed with ICCRC. So, and I'm truly here in Nanaimo, BC, because I know there's a lot of scams going on right now. So of course you want to make sure, right? So there you go. So how to work as a healthcare assistant in Canada. So if you are a nurse back home or you've been working as a caregiver or as a nursing aide, your question is, how can I go to Canada and just directly and work as a healthcare assistant or personal support worker? So in order to work as an HCA, you need to apply for registration. So it's almost the same as on our end in the Philippines. You need to file registration with PRC. Same thing with me as an immigration consultant. I need to be registered with ICCRC. Same thing with the HCA. They have to be registered with the BC CareAid Community Health Worker Registry. Okay. Then once you're registered, then you can go ahead and work, right, as a healthcare aide. So, but then what are the requirements in order to register? So since you guys are internationally educated healthcare professionals outside of Canada, the main requirement is really you must reside in BC. Okay. So with this one, it kind of like unfortunately shuts the door on any internationally educated healthcare assistant that wants to come to Canada, because you cannot get registered. And again, you need to be registered with the healthcare aid assistant or the registry department before you can work as a healthcare assistant. So what now, right? So I'm not eligible. How can I then come to Canada and work as a healthcare aide? So this is where Stenberg College and our firm, Roman and Associates Immigration Services, come to play, right? With both of us joining forces, we'll be able to help you make your dream come true of coming to Canada and work as a healthcare aide. So the best option to come to Canada as a healthcare aide is to apply for a study permit. And the course that you'll be taking is the healthcare assistant course. And So what happens next after you finish your course, right? Once you have completed your course, you will be applying for your work permit, all right? And once you have applied for your work permit, you will continue on and apply for your permanent residency. And this could be under the caregiver pathway program, or you can also continue to study different programs, right? So some of the healthcare aides who come here and completes the course, they take other courses, because sometimes the clients that we have are registered nurses as well, but they came here to they'll be coming here to study healthcare aid, and then once they have done that one, they choose to pursue further education, which is the postgraduate diploma in Canadian nursing. Or there's also the early childhood education. And there are other courses as well available from Stenberg College. So it's not just the healthcare assistant, and it's not just the postgraduate diploma in Canadian nursing, but also, and not also early childhood education, but there's a lot more, right? So it's just too much for me to list them down here. So your next question might be, is like, okay, you're saying that once we have completed the course, we'll apply for a work permit. How certain are you that we'll be able to find a job? First, Stenberg College will make sure that you will find a job. Not because it would be part of their curriculum, and Miss Janica later on will explain further on how possible that one is, right? What makes the course so special that their students are able to land employers, right? So it's 100%. All of their students, once they have completed the course, they land an employer. Aside from that one, I'm just showing you guys here how many jobs are available. This is from Job Bank Canada. And not all the jobs are posted with Job Bank Canada. So this is only the jobs that are posted with Job Bank Canada. So in British Columbia, there are at least 170 available jobs, right? And in total for Canada, there's at least almost 1,000. And again, this is only for employers to post a job with Job Bank, right? Some of the jobs, or most of the jobs, are not really posted with Job Bank. So there's even more than 1,000 for sure. So there won't be any problem when it comes to job. Now, probably your next question is, how much does a healthcare aide get, right? What's their wage? So for British Columbia, their median wage is $22. It could be as low as 18 or as high as 25. That's for British Columbia, right? And if you go other provinces, some provinces are higher, but some are lower. But here in BC, it is $22, okay? And this one would kind of like just give you a quick snapshot, like what are the job opportunities for healthcare aid in Canada in the next 3 years, right? So, because of course you won't be coming here and complete the course overnight, right? So you'll be coming here and spend a few months to study the course, and then what's next? Would there still be job after I complete the course? So this one right here would show you that over the next 3 years, right, the job opportunity is still 3 stars or good. That means Canada, it predicts that there will still be a lot of jobs for healthcare aides in the next 3 years. So you won't miss out on anything for sure. This is an example of a job posting where in the hospital that I work, which is the Nanaimo Regional General Hospital, this is a job posting, right? And it says here that the hourly wage is $25.83. Okay, this might be old June 14, but I can attest that we have abundance of vacancy in our hospital, and not just in the hospital, but also in a long-term care facilities, wherein it is very, very usual or very common to have someone, healthcare aides or resident care aide, work 16 hours every day, right? So that means 8 hours would be straight time, which is your regular pay, and then the other 8 would be overtime rate. And that is very common. And the reason being is because we are short of healthcare aides, short of nurses, unit clerks, name it. Anything that works in the healthcare industry right now, we are short. So let's do a sample wage computation, because this is very important as well, right? Because and then later on you'll find out why this one is important, because, or I'll say it now, because for in your studies, in your course, the healthcare assistant, there is a co-op or paid practicum wherein you will be potentially earning, at least if you were working in a hospital setting while you're still in school, you'll be earning $25.83, right? In 40 hours, that would give you 1,033. In a month, that would give you 4,132. And in a year, so 52 weeks in a year, that would give you 53,726. If we convert this one to Philippine peso at 35 per dollar, this would give you 1.8 million pesos. My question for you is that, as a healthcare aide in your home country, or if you are a nurse in your home country, do you think after, let's say, working for 5 years in the company that you're working for, or in the hospital you're working for, do you think you'll be earning 1.8 million pesos? And I think the answer to that one is a no, because I am from the Philippines as well. I'm an RN from the Philippines as well, and I know what my wage was when I was still a nurse in the Philippines, and I don't think I'll be earning 1.8 million per year as a registered nurse. Even if I work for 10 years, 15 years, right? So not to mention RN in the Philippines, you look after 20 patients, right? So you will burn out really. So now that is the wage for healthcare assistant in a hospital setting. What if you decide to be a caregiver for a private home, right? So to be a caregiver in a private home, your wage would be, the median is 16.85. It's lower than the hospital, right? But there are some healthcare aides or some caregivers, they rather be looking after a private client than working in a hospital setting, and that's totally fine, right? So in British Columbia, this is in Canada, 16.85, but in British Columbia, the median wage is $19.56. Okay. So if we do a sample computation in this one, let's use the Canadian median wage, which is 16.85, times 40 hours, that is 674. In a month, that would be 2,600. In a year, that would give you 35,000. So in converting it to Philippine peso, working for a private individual or private employer as a caregiver, you will be earning 1.2 million pesos. Okay, so I don't think as a nurse, you'll be earning 1.2 as well, right? So, okay. So what are the advantages in joining with us? So by joining Roman and Associates, we are in partner with a college that delivers exceptional education. And as well as Stenberg College, they have done their research on how to help you guys, people like you, professionals like you, on how to come to Canada, knowing there's a lot of immigration barriers right now, right? So, and they also know the struggles as a student. That's why they have built their program the way it is right now. And you'll hear more later on because, I mean, like even before you finish your course, the investment that you have put in, you have already received that investment back, right? And Miss Janica later on will give you more information on that one and how. Reasonable administrative fee, 50% off on our professional or consultant's fee. So as an immigration consultant, we do charge a retainer's fee. But for this webinar, for this live stream, we are offering 50% off on it. No IELTS, and Ms. Janica will give us more information on this one. And job security. As I've said earlier, once you have completed your course, or even before completing your course, you will have an employer that would sponsor you. So from a study permit, you will change to a work permit, right? There won't be any gap, all right? So study permit and then work permit. Multiple options to stay in Canada post-study. As I've said earlier, you don't need to go back home once you have completed your course, right? Most of the students, what happens is they convert their study permit to a work permit. Some, they extend their study permit and study different courses as well, okay? So once again, with Stenberg College and our immigration firm Roman and Associates, we would be able to help you guys achieve your goal, meet your dreams of coming to Canada and work as a healthcare assistant and potentially change your lives, not just you, but for your family as well. And with this, I will hand over the floor to Mom Janica. Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to. There you go. I think did I? Okay, perfect. Here now.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hi. Okay, so let me just turn this on. Hi, good morning. Okay, so thank you once again, Sir Zerel, for inviting me over. My name is Jenica Licerio, and I will be explaining to you the program Healthcare Assistant Diploma from Stenberg College. So let me just share my screen with you. And before I start, I'd like to share the introductory video of Stenberg College with you. So just one second. Let's all watch this. I think I'm having problem with the presentation. Just one second. Let me just try to reshare it. Okay, so that is Stenberg College. Now, just to quickly introduce myself, again, my name is Jenica, and I'm the Director of International Admissions and Recruitment for Southeast Asia and Middle East. So I have been in this industry for almost 10 years now. I started as in the international education back in 2012. Initially, I was teaching. So I'm a certified trainer and assessor for Australian qualification in business and management. And then I eventually moved on to representing institutions previously in Australia and then now in Canada. So I am representing Stenberg College here in the Philippines, in the Middle East as well, and the whole of Southeast Asia. And I am based here in the Philippines. So Stenberg College has quite a few staff, Filipino staff. So here in the Philippines, we also have Alexa Laksa, who's our international education advisor. She's also based here. And you might actually get to speak with one of our international registrars as well. Her name is Karen Cordero, and she is based in British Columbia. She is a registered nurse from the Philippines, and she is working as a healthcare assistant. So it's just a part-time for her to be working for us. And her goal really is to help Filipinos just like you who would like to become healthcare assistants in Canada or nurses in Canada. So there you have it. You might, speak with some of the Philippine team, just so you know their faces, their names. All right, so let's move forward. I'd like to introduce our school to you. So Stenberg College is a private post-secondary college. We were founded back in 1990 by Mary Jane Stenberg. We're a well-known medical college in Surrey, and we've been specializing in the healthcare sector. So a lot of our programs really are in the medical industry. We've been doing this for over 30 years. We have excellent results. We have the first out-of-province lab, which is located in Alberta. And we've been really successful with the outcome of our programs that we eventually ventured into other industries. So we have programs also that are in the education, business, and human services industries. But for today, we'll be focusing more on the healthcare assistant diploma. So as I've mentioned, our campus location is in Surrey. So for those of you who are not aware yet, Surrey is a suburb of Vancouver. And the good thing about living in Surrey is that you have a lower cost of living compared to Vancouver. And yet you're really near all the opportunities. You're actually just about 40-minute train ride away from Vancouver. And Surrey is a place where, you won't feel like you're a foreigner because there is a lot of, there's diversity in the province, and there's just a lot of different races and cultures that you will encounter. So our campus location also is just right in front of the SkyTrain station, and there are bus stops up front, so it will be a very accessible location for you. Now, we also pride ourselves with our strong employer and industry relationship. So this is something that really benefits our students and our graduates. So I'll be speaking more of that later on. Now, once you become part of Stenberg College, we want to make sure that you're successful. So you can consider us like a boutique college. We're small in class size, and it is a more intimate, more engaging type of education. So what we did for international students, we've set up a lot of different support systems to ensure that you are successful. And when we talk about success at Stenberg College, we're not just talking about you passing your courses, we're talking about your success in terms of getting employed. And for those of you who wish to pursue permanent residency in the future, that's something that we support as well. So here are just some of the support and services that you'll be enjoying at Stenberg. First, we have the student services. And I believe all designated learning institutes would have this. If you don't know where to go, you don't know who to speak to about your concerns, you just go to student services. They basically will just, address all of the concerns that you have or redirect you to the proper department. We also call them student success coordinators. So anything at all, any question that you may have, you just go to student services. Next, we have the academic support. So we understand that you're an international student and there will be some type of adjustment that you need to do in order for you to pass your courses, or maybe you have to adjust the delivery method of your classes. So we have the academic support for that. You can do a one-on-one session with your instructor. You can request for sort of a tutorial to help you out in certain, maybe topics that you're having a hard time with. We also maintain a small class size because that will allow more engagement rather than sitting on a huge class size and you're unable to ask your questions, right? So we maintain that small class size for engagement so that it's sort of like a tutorial. And we also provide free English classes for students, so that's something that you can take advantage of. And because we understand that most international students go for a part-time employment, if there is a need for you to, a guide on how to balance your work life and your study life, we can even appoint a life coach for you. And that is part of our services. We also have accommodation assistance. And to be honest, this should be the least of your problems because most of our partners, like Roman and Associates, there will be a lot of people or network that we can connect to and provide accommodation for you. So the school also provides the type of support if you wish to do shared accommodation or maybe your own accommodation, or you can even do homestay. So homestay is a family basically hosting your stay. You'll be living with a Canadian family, and it's a great way to also immerse yourself into the culture and lifestyle and to really understand the Canadian culture. So that's an option for you. And definitely if you don't have anyone in Canada, then we can help you out, help you find your accommodation. We also have career services. So this is really important for you. As I've said, most international students, they would be really looking for a part-time work. So if you need that type of assistance, and I always get this question, do you help with a part-time work? The answer is yes, we do. So you just go to career services and they will redirect you to our connections, where to submit your resume. Career services also organize events or upskilling sessions wherein you learn how to write better resumes, CVs, cover letters, how to ace your interviews. And there will be some, talks where we invite employers over. So anything about you getting employed, you just go to career services. Now, with our programs, we have incorporated them with co-op, practicum, and job placement support. So when we talk about co-op, that means cooperative work experience. Here in the Philippines, it's more commonly known as internship or OJT. So basically what we've done is we embedded a practical component into your program wherein you need to complete X number of hours. It really depends on the program you're enrolled in. You have to complete that in order for you to complete the program. And the good thing about the co-op is that, number one, you don't have to look for an employer here because we already have the employer partner. So we just place you into that employer. And the next best thing is that you will be getting paid. And the payment rather for the co-op is as per the industry rate. Now, we also have immigration consultation support. So as an education institution, we are not, an agency. We don't process your visas. Rather, we have partners who do that for us, just like our CIS. So with Roman and Associates, They support us by processing your visas. And if you're already there in Canada, if you need to speak with them, we organize and facilitate that for you. So there you have it. That's an overview of who we are at Stenberg College. Now let's talk about the program, okay? The program that we're here for is the Healthcare Assistant Diploma International with Co-op. So this program, I think Sirs already gave you a bit of an overview of what it is. Just to quickly recap that. So healthcare assistants, they have a lot of different names. So don't get confused. They're called HCAs, they're called healthcare aides, they're called community health workers. Here in the Philippines, they're more commonly known as caregivers. In other provinces, they're also called personal support worker or PSW. Basically, they're the frontline care providers. And healthcare assistant profession is regulated. Okay, that means that we have the BC Care Aid Registry, who maintains the standard of care, or it establishes and improves and maintains that standard of care given by the healthcare assistants for the patients. So this registry was created by the Ministry of Health to serve and protect, okay, the patients, the residents, the clients who are receiving the care from healthcare assistants. So there is a certain standards that you need to maintain in order for you to become a healthcare assistant. And if you are an HCA, you have to be registered at the BC Care Aid Registry. Now, what you can find if you want to, learn more about it, you can visit their website, www.cachwr.bc.ca. So that's the link on your screens. And you'll find that our program is actually an accredited program by the BC Care Aid Registry. Now, it was already mentioned that there is such a high demand for this role. But I want to also clarify, because a lot of the Filipinos, they think that if you're a healthcare assistant, you only take care of the aged. Like, the only job for you is to take care of elders. That is not true. When you're a healthcare assistant, you do have other opportunities as well. If you don't want to take care of the aged, you can actually take care of children. You can be working in a hospital setting or in a community care setting. It really depends. Okay, but there is such a high demand in that area and taking care of the aged, which is why our program is also geared towards that. But it also gives you so much more that you are able to work in a variety of community settings or healthcare settings. So it was already mentioned as well that the average salary of a registered HCA would be around $22, $23 an hour. And for over 30 years, we have the employer partners here, just to show you some of the employer partners where we place our students. So this program that we're offering at Stenberg is a diploma program. When you study, you'll be studying for about 20 to 25 hours per week. And when you do the co-op, it will be about 20 hours per week. Now, when you study, there will be additional certificates that you'll be receiving all throughout the whole program. And these certificates would be complementary of your profession. The program is 1 year and 2.5 months in duration. You have to excuse my typographical error here. This is not 48 weeks, 28. It should be 28 weeks. So 1 year and 2.5 months in total duration. And within that, there's 6 months of paid co-op. Okay. Now, there are 3 intakes for next year. So you can still join definitely for March, July, and September. The good thing about this program is it's very accessible. What we're looking for on the entry requirement is just year 12 equivalency. And that means that if you are from, a K-12, K-12 graduate, you are able to enter this program. If you are a bachelor degree holder, we don't look at your background as long as you've met the year 12 equivalency. So you can be a graduate of any type of degree here in the Philippines. and you will still be allowed to enter this program. Or for those of you who are undergraduate, as long as you have completed your second year of college, then you will be accepted. Now, the next main entry requirement here would be the English requirement. If you already have it, we're looking at general or academic IELTS of 6.0 overall score, no band lower than 5.5. Now, I have to be clear because there are just some changes that we may be applying to the IELTS. We can waive the IELTS for your enrollment, okay? So when we waive the IELTS, this is only applicable for Filipino citizens. You have to submit an English as a medium of instruction certificate. And this is something that you can request from your previous school. Now, an English exam will still have to be conducted. Now, before we used to have this scheduled upon arrival, but some changes might happen, and I highly encourage you to do an English exam to be before an LOA is to be issued to you, or a letter of acceptance. Okay, so the English exam, the good thing about this is that Stenberg College will be covering the cost for this English exam. So you can actually choose whether you want to do a TOEFL, IBT, Pearson's, or you can do a general IELTS. It doesn't need to be academic. The reason is we're following what the BC Care Aid Registry requires. And before you can even get a registration, you have to submit an English proficiency to the BC Care Aid, so registry. So anyway, we can waive the IELTS for you to receive an offer, for you to process the enrollment, but before we can issue out the LOA, it is possible that you might need to submit an English exam, which again, we will be covering the cost. For this program, the total tuition fee is 15,800, and that's approximate cost, but that already includes your application fee, registration fee, your co-op fees, your material usage, equipment use, and your books. So there shouldn't be any more add-ons to that. There's no additional fee for getting yourself registered, nothing. That is all in. Now, the initial deposit payment is 5,150 Canadian dollars. So that means that if you pay the 5,150, you submit all of the requirements, you receive a letter of acceptance from us, and then the rest of your balance, it's not due immediately. You can pay that when you arrive in Canada, and it can be paid per installment. Okay, so it'll be easier for you to pay for the full tuition. So I just have a video here of our HCA. They're actually already graduates, and you'll see a Filipino there. I have a Bangladeshi and an Indian. So you can have an idea of what they do. So this is a home care setting though. And they're all graduates. They were already given work sponsorship. So this is a great video for you to understand what they do. I hope you enjoy it. So just 1 second, let me play it for you.
I have nothing but respect for the healthcare assistants, because if it weren't for the healthcare assistants, the nurses don't know the patients or the residents the way that the healthcare assistants do. They are the first line of defense, if you will. They come to you and they know when your patient is having any kind of a bad day or a good day. They know them way better than I do as a nurse. And so I 100% depend on the healthcare assistants to come to me with whatever needs to be done for that patient. What I first noted about Stenberg College right away when I started here was that there are so many resources available to the students, and the faculty and the school itself really cares about the success of Stenberg College students. What particularly impresses me about the HCA program here is the in-depth and breadth of knowledge and curriculum that is taught. It's not only just the provincial curriculum that's being taught, but it goes further so that the healthcare assistants can understand the diagnosis, not just what to do when this person has this. If they fully understand it, then they're going to do better in their career.
Our HCA program, I feel, is one of the best because of the simulations lab, the nursing lab, the way that they have integrated the nursing instructors to be able to have them in the same classroom, sometimes in the same lab as nursing students. So they have that cross-pollination of information with each other.
I get really excited when I teach, and I'm sure some of my students, if asked, would say this about me. I'm not just talking about diabetes, for example. I get involved in the background of it and then how to care for said person with diabetes. And so what I hope to pass on to my students is to get excited about it and not just treat it as just a job. It's not just a job that pays the bills. You're helping people, you understand, you do this, and this is the rationale for it. And to be able to help people, and not only the patients, but their family and their extended family and the colleagues that you work with, I think it's really exciting for me, both on the floor, nursing, and to instill that into my students. What I like my students to take away from the classroom, not only into their clinical, but into their careers, is the ability to believe in themselves and that they really are making a difference.
Growing old is inevitable, I suppose, and from my point of view, I just do the best I can for myself and for other people. I really think that here the staff are wonderful, and I'm just thankful that I'm in a place like this.
Before the HCA program, I was a housewife and I have regular jobs, but not a career.
Coming to Canada, I have like big dreams. For a starting point, it is very hard. I got like little bit confident. Okay, I can work in a gas station, and I started working there. But you know, going and coming back, it's the same routine, and then it's just stuck. The life is stuck.
My life before this, I was a digital designer. It was just hard to deal with contract jobs and not knowing whether if I'm able to support my son next week.
When I first started, all over it was a good experience, but I did have some obstacles. With the extra help from Stenberg staff, I pulled through with success.
We work together. If there is any kind of problem, personal problem, or about the education, so we work together, and so that everybody is fine.
We were given all the tools and all the skills that we needed to have in the real world.
Now, I got more confident that I can do better.
All the comments I got from my preceptor, they said it did not feel like they're working with a student. It felt like they are working with another HCA.
Iris called me one day to come for an interview. And then I got the job.
I have a stable job where I have income coming in, which I love doing. And then with that, I can also invest into my hobbies, which is design now.
I love working with elderly people. I love making a change, giving my minute or two and talk to them, make a difference in their life.
Having this job is perfect for me.
I remember one time I did go back, even though I was already off clock. I went back and went to see one of the residents. And just seeing their faces react to you, even coming back to them to talk to them, it's just rewarding. Not only it feels right, but it just, you're happy, knowing that you're making other people happy. I have a feeling that eventually people are going to realize this is a good, perfect career choice.
Okay, there you go. So I just have a couple more information I would like to share with all of you. So I mentioned earlier that we are a private institution, which means you will not have a postgraduate work permit or PGWP after your graduation. This is something that we are confident anyway, even without having it, because we have 100% employment rate for our healthcare assistants. And our program is geared towards permanent residency if that is something that you would like to pursue. So most of our students, they get absorbed by our co-op employer, or in the event that our students do not get a work offer, we still have a lot of other employer partners where they can get an LMIA or long-term work sponsorship. And once they have that, they are able to apply to different immigration pathways. It really depends on what pathway they would like to apply for. So the employment of our healthcare assistant graduates is something that we do not worry about, because there is such a high demand for this role. We have a lot of employer partners, and our students get the job. So I'm not going to discuss the admission process anymore, because what you need to do in order for you to know if you qualify for the program is to submit your resume to Roman and Associates, and they will be coordinating this with me. But basically what happens when you submit your documents to them, they coordinate with me, we discuss, we check whether your documents are complete, we provide you a letter offer, and then you can already make an initial deposit payment, and then we provide you your enrollment documents before you receive your letter of acceptance. Now, just one last thing before I pass this presentation on to Sir Israel. We are an approved DLI. There is a COVID-19 readiness plan, and the travel protocols are continually changing. So just for you to know that you definitely can travel to Canada, you definitely can, even if you are vaccinated already, even if it is a non-approved vaccine, you can still travel. However, because this program, okay, is a regulated program, and we're following what the rules are given by the Ministry of Health, just so you know that if you do not have an approved vaccine, okay, let's say Sinovac, because most Filipinos have access to Sinovac. If that is what your vaccine is, when you arrive in Canada, the school will be assisting you anyway, and you will be getting a booster shot of Pfizer. If you refuse that, you cannot continue on to getting a co-op, and we will have to withdraw. So this is just an FYI for you, that if your vaccine is not approved, then you will be getting a booster shot, a Pfizer booster shot, when you arrive in Canada. Otherwise, you cannot refuse a vaccine because that affects your ability to be placed in a cooperative work experience as indicated by the Ministry of Health. All right, so there you go. That we would like to encourage you to also follow us. We have a Facebook page, Stenberg College Philippines. We actually have a multiple pages. You can follow and like all of that if you want to. You can visit our website at international.stenbergcollege.com, and here are our email addresses. So there you have it. Thank you so much for listening. So back to you, Sir Israel.
Thank you, Mom Jenica. All right. Mom Jenica, if you can transfer the hosting, that would be great.
Yes, sorry.
No worries.
Okay, just 1 second. There you go.
All right. So once again, thank you, Mom Jenica, for that very informative session. So now, folks, it's your time to ask questions. Any questions with regards to the whatever you guys have heard from Mom Jenica, the HCA program, or any questions around the immigration pathway, any questions about immigration? Now it's the time for you guys to ask those questions. All right. Okay, so we have our first question is, what are the needed documents for enrollment? So this is right after you have submitted your resume to us through by sending your resume to assessment@romancis.ca, and once we have confirmed that you're eligible, then yes, there will be documents for enrollment. And Mom Jenica, do you want to touch base on that one? What are the high-level documents for enrollment?
Okay, so for the enrollment, we only require a few things. So we have an online application form. It's personal data sheet. So once you submit your resume to assessment at romancis.ca, they will coordinate with me, and then I'll be providing you the online application link. Now, after that, you can submit your copy of your passport as for your identification, your education document. So that would be your diploma or your diploma and transcript of records. So just so we can check your year 12 equivalency. All right, and then we have another form, a checklist that you just need to fill out, and then your English proficiency result or medium of instruction in English. So that is the basic list of requirements.
Thank you, Ma'am Jenica. So next question is, good morning, everybody. Just want to ask how much it will cost from start to finish. So it's going to be hard to give the exact amount on this webinar or live stream, but if you submit your resume to us to assessment@romancis.ca, we will be happy to respond to that email with the entire package and the costing as well. And yes, it is not a it is an expensive venture, right? But I see this one as an investment for your future, right? So, and the good thing about this one is you are investing on yourself. So it is not like you are relying on a business or product that you need to sell, and hopefully someone will buy those products, and hopefully they buy it every month or every day, right? So with this one, you control when you'll get your return of investment. And when I say you control it, it's like, because once you are studying, you are able to work at least 20 hours. I mean, like the most is 20 hours per week, right? So if you want to start getting your investment back, then you can take advantage of that one, working the most 20 hours per week during school week or school season, right? And then once you are on your paid practicum, there's no limit on that one as well. You can work as many hours as you want, even if you exceed whatever the minimum minimum requirement is by the school. You can go over that one, and in that way, you'll get your investment back. And as I've said earlier, even before you finish your course, chances are you have already paid back. If you did a loan or you borrowed the money from someone, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pay that one back, right? Even before you finish the course. So it's just hard at first, but I guarantee you that you'll be able to overcome it, right? So in terms of the expenses, I am 38 years old. You're still young. Is it okay? Yes, of course. So in the immigration policy, it doesn't say there any age limit for those people who are applying for study permit. It doesn't say anywhere in the immigration policy that as a student, you can only applicants age 20 to 30 can apply, right? So there's no such thing. You'll be considered a mature student when we apply for your study permit application. So we'll just have to make sure that we have a strong statement of purpose on why are you at this age, why are you pursuing healthcare aid course. So we'll be there for that one for you. Is there a specific format for a resume for assessment? So there's no specific format for the resume. It's just your basic name, address, phone number, email, your education, right? And then your employment experience, any training. Now, I'm pretty sure Mom Jenica will say later on, just make sure for your education, please make sure to write down the date, like month and year of when you started your school and when you ended that school, right? Like
Yes.
for first year, it's not good to just say, let's say from 2020 to 2021. You have to be specific on when did you actually start, which month, and which month did you end that year. Anything to add on that one, Ma'am Jenica?
No, that's perfect. The dates are really important. So just do not forget to specify it. Thank you.
Perfect. Next question. Hello, Ireel. I heard earlier that we just need to put down initial tuition fee and we are good to go, right? Yes, that is correct. So in terms of the tuition fee, yes, so just the initial down payment. And then once you are here, then that would be the time you start paying the installment. And Mom Jenica can tell you more about that one.
Yes. So when you pay the initial deposit fee, that is correct. We will be issuing out your letter of acceptance. You can already file for your student visa, and then the rest of the balance is paid per installment. Now, the good thing about that as well is that we're quite flexible when it comes to your installment payment. So if you have like a personalized payment plan that you would like to propose, just go ahead and propose it to our finance team, because if it is a, if it will work for both of us, that you can, that you have your own payment plan, then we actually acknowledge that. So we can move the dates as to when you plan to pay it. It really depends. And yeah, so basically we're flexible in terms of the installment fee.
Perfect. Next question on our chat from Maricel. Ma'am, I don't have IELTS, but I am a registered midwife and work as a caregiver here in the Philippines. I am very interested on this because of my 4 kids. I want them to give a good future ahead. Hope to hear the answers. Yes, I'm not sure what, Maricel, I'm not sure what the actual question is. Nonetheless, Mom Jenica can decipher that one.
Yeah. So Maricel, I think it would be best for you to submit your resume first. I'm pretty sure if you're already a registered midwife, if you have year 12 equivalency, then we can accept you into the program. If you don't have the IELTS yet, we don't need to rush it. Again, as I've said, we can waive it initially, and then, but you still need to go through an English exam anyway, and we will be covering the cost for that. So that is something that we can discuss in a separate, one-on-one session with you. But the first thing you need to do is just submit your resume to assessment@romancias.ca.
Perfect. And next question from Lara Owen. So yeah, so does the tuition fee include the visa? No, not yet. So the tuition fee is basically the tuition fee for Stenberg College, and then the other fees for, let's say, the government fees, the retainers fee, that one will be included in the emails later on once you have submitted your resume to assessment@romancis.ca and we have confirmed that you are eligible for the program. Then we will email you back for all the other informations that you'll need, which includes the cost as well. So, all right. Next question is for the registered healthcare assistant. How many years for PGWP? So, Stenberg College is a private institution, which means that they won't be students. They're not qualified to apply for PGWP or postgraduate work permit. Now, why do you need a postgraduate work permit? You need a postgraduate work permit so that once you have completed your course, you're completing your course, you're on a study permit, the PGWP would be the one to keep you stay here in Canada while you are looking for an employer, right? So, because once you finish your course, normally, once you're in a public school, once you finish your course, then your study permit will run out. In order for you to stay, you need to find an employer, or you need to But in order for you to be able to still find an employer, you need to have a permit to stay in Canada. And that's what PGWP does. It's a way for the student to stay in Canada and look for the employer, right? So that's the thing. They need to look for the employer. Now, in Stenberg College, they already know about that one. They have research on that one. So that's why their program is created in a way that paid practicum is part of the program. So at the latter end of the course, you will have a paid practicum or co-op. So those, and you will be placed. So Stenberg College will place you on your for your paid practicum for it, and then that employer right there, 99.9% would be your employer that would sponsor you, right? So right before you complete your course or right before you finish your study permit expires, you will have already an employer that would sponsor you and get a work permit. So there won't be any gap. You won't be staying with no status here in Canada. And that's the reason why you don't need a PGWP, because you don't need to look for an employer. You will already have an employer even before you finish your course. So I hope I kind of like answered your question on that one. Any other things to add on that one, Jenica?
Okay. I think also just to give you an assurance, I'll give you an example of what has happened to our recent graduates this year for HCA. I remember this one particular student who went to Karen because her problem is that she has multiple offers. And I think that's what's gonna happen to you. The demand is so high that you don't just get one job offer, you get multiple. And it really depends on where you want to work. So that is something that we really secure to our students. You will definitely be getting work. And even if you do not get absorbed by your co-op employer, we have tons and tons of employer partners who are willing to give you LMIA or long-term work sponsorship. So there will be a transition from student visa to work visa. You won't really need a PGWP for this. So I hope that gives you an insight of what happens when you graduate. You will, if not multiple offers, you will definitely get a job offer. So there you go. Thank you.
Perfect. And I know I didn't put this one on our PowerPoint when it comes to advantages in joining with us. So one of the advantages that I myself is I work in a hospital, like the Nanaimo Regional Hospital. So with that one, I'm able to also help you guys land an employer, right? So if you can, for some reason, which I don't think it will happen, because mainland has tons of hospital. Vancouver Island is only an island wherein we only have 3 hospitals here, but we still are in demand. I mean, like we're still in need of healthcare aid. So just in case you don't want to live in the mainland in Vancouver because it's too busy, then yes, the Nanaimo Hospital is open for you guys. So and I've been bugging Stenberg College for the next cohorts of students because we need it badly. So there you go. Is the assessment free? Yes, definitely the assessment is free. And next question is, will you help us with the SOP or the statement of purpose? Yes, definitely. So our firm will be the one helping you with that one, making sure that it's a very strong SOP or statement of purpose. All right. I think we've answered that one. So far, there's been a lot of questions, great questions, so that's good. So keep it coming. I know you guys are still thinking. I know it's a lot to take in, but yep, we're still here. We'll give you time to enter your questions. While they're thinking, Mom Jenica, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Okay, so for those of you who have attended today, I just want to share that at Stenberg College, one of the things that I think you need to understand when you apply internationally is that I know the main concern for most Filipinos would be financial. And this is something that, as mentioned by Sir Israel earlier, it's an investment. Okay, it doesn't need to be coming out of your pockets. You can have relatives or friends to help you finance yourself and have the financial capacity to sustain yourself for the first year. And what we can guarantee you is that the return of your investment is so much more than what you've actually paid for in the first year. So it just imagine you working in the healthcare industry, there is always a demand for this job. This will not just benefit you, but the rest of your family, sometimes even your neighbors and friends. So I hope that you consider this study pathway, okay, for an investment, because this investment is not just for you, but for your family. And this is something that cannot be taken away from you because it's education, right? So keep those questions coming in while we're here to address your questions. I hope that the information we're giving you, you're processing it and seeing the benefit of the study pathway to Canada.
Thank
I
you,
think we
Mommy.
have additional questions
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
I know, that's right. So yeah, so what should be the subject line? I'm thinking this is when you email your resume. So with that one, you can just write assessment for HCA at Stenberg College. So that one would kind of like a tree, so that when we triage our emails and we see that subject line, it's easier for us to prioritize. Now, can you explain about the show money? Yes, so great question. So in terms of the show money, so you need to be able to show that you have the means to pay for your tuition fee, and at the same time be able to live by your live and be able to pay for your housing, for your room, and for your food. So in the website for IRCC, it would say that at least 12,000 per year, but we don't want to be at the minimum. So we always advise our clients the show money or the living expense money, we would like it to be between 14,000 to 15,000 Canadian dollars. So so first is the tuition fee. You need to be able to show that you have the means for the tuition fee and for your living expense, or what we most commonly known as a show money, which is 14,000, between 14 to 15,000 CAD. And as Mom Jenica did mention earlier, it doesn't need to be in your own pocket, right? So you can have someone else sponsor you for that one if you have family or friends here in Canada or in the US or somewhere, right? They can sponsor you, right? They can act as your sponsor. Or if you have other means, let's say bank loan, that one will also be sufficient. So yeah, or that one can be used as well. Next question from Heidi is that so we're just have to prepare the financials. Yes, that is correct. I mean, like resume and then financials. Yes, and that will be a hassle for me because I don't have anyone in Canada. I will just try if I'm eligible. I'm thinking I don't have anyone in Canada to sponsor you. I'm thinking, yeah. So yeah. So with that one, yeah, you'll have to kind of like find other means, right? So I'm not sure in the Philippines if there's any programs from the government that the government can help you guys with, but yeah. All right. Next question. Okay, there you go. All in all po, mga 30 CAD ang need. More or less, yes. More or less, it's 30,000, yes. And again, if you look at, 30,000, if you look at the previous slides, that one is, I mean, like working as a healthcare aide in 6 months, you'll be that one will be all covered. So, Heidi, so relatives or friends, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like, I'm just a suggestion on that one, right? Yeah, if you have friends or families here that they can sponsor, if not, then yeah, some of our clients, they do have bank loans. Some of our clients do have their parents sponsoring or friends sponsoring back home as well, like in the Philippines as well. So yeah. All right, so so we need to prepare like 500,000, right? So I mean, like, if it's 30,000 times 35, if that's the computation, then yeah, probably. And again, 500,000 is, I mean, like, it is a lot, but then if you look at it as, okay, 500,000 as an investment so that I will earn 1.8 million a year, I don't think that is a bad business at all, right? So I think that is a very, very good investment. And again, investment on yourself, right? So it's not like you're relying on someone else. And I know it is hard, really, right? It's because that's a lot of money. But again, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it will change your life for sure, because I could see that one myself here, right? We have clients, previous clients, who came here as a caregiver, right? Or studied as a healthcare aide, and now they are either permanent resident or Canadian citizen, and they have their own house, they have their own car, even then their children have cars as well. So yeah, so I mean, like, it might be it might not be a good comparison, but my point is, like, they are able to kind of like get their investment back and live better, kind of thing, right? So next question. Okay, hold on. 500,000. Okay. Next is initial fee covers the process and materials that we need. How about the airfare? Yeah, so the airfare would be the student's responsibility as well. And I'm not sure how much the airfare right now is, but yeah, that would be a responsibility of the student, and it depends on which time of the year you fly. So it depends. Sometimes it's could range between 600 to 1,200, 1,300. So yeah. What is your recommendation if I only attained first year college and currently taking caregiver NC2? So the question on this one is that I'm not sure if you're part of the old curriculum or the new curriculum, or in the K1 to 12 curriculum. Because if you were part of the K1 to 12 curriculum, then you're okay. You're good to go. If you are part of the old curriculum, so that means when we convert that one, you are only in the Canadian education system, you only have up to grade 10. So your first year college will only be converted to grade 11. That means you're still missing 1 year to complete that secondary schooling. And unfortunately, the NC2, that one, it doesn't get credited towards the secondary course or secondary schooling. So unfortunately, if you were part of the old curriculum, unfortunately, you won't qualify for this one. Am I correct, Ma'am Jenica?
Yes, that is correct. So the NC2, it doesn't have any bearing at all. So I would suggest that you complete at least another year for you to have a year 12 equivalency.
Okay. Next question is, Amy, does 30,000 already include the tuition fee? Yes. Yes. And again, the 30,000 includes a tuition fee, but you're not paying the tuition fee right away, right? You're only paying the initial down payment, and then once you're here, then you pay the rest. Next question is, I am 43 years old. Is it okay to apply? Yes, you are a mature student. So as long as you have the secondary course, right? And yeah, I mean, like the age, I know that's a very common question. Like, I am a mature student, can I still apply? That is definitely, it is still possible, right? So it depends on how strong our statement of purpose is, and that's why we're here for. And we'll make sure that you have a strong statement of purpose. If not, we will be very frank with you that this one won't work for you, right? We won't go and kind of like make you spend $500,000 for nothing, right? So if we know that it would be a no-go for you, we would be frank and honest with that one. And yeah. How much po yung tuition, Ma'am Jenica?
Okay, so for the tuition fee, the full tuition is 15,800 Canadian dollars approximate, and the initial deposit is 5,150 CAD.
All right. Next question is from Lara. So, need po minimum 2 years in college ang natapos. If you are under the old curriculum, yes. And that's why when you submit your resume, you have to indicate the month and year on when you started your school, and month and year when you ended your college as well, because we need to make sure that you really meet that requirement. Next question from Ireel. If we are already receiving the LOA, how long will the process be for us to fly to Canada? So as soon as you have your LOA and we have submitted your application for the study permit, it would be between 2 to 3 months. Sometimes it's quicker than that one, but the average is 2 to 3 months. Then once you have your visa, right, after you receive your visa after 2 to 3 months, then yes, you can go ahead and fly to Canada. Next, okay, from Lara, mga 1.2 po in peso. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. And it's hard, yeah. It's hard to know like really how much, because sometimes the conversion is 40 pesos per dollar, sometimes 35, sometimes 30. So yeah, so we just give the value in Canadian dollars. Okay. I think we have answered everything, Ma'am Jenica.
Yes, we have.
Okay, so is there more? Oh yeah. How much po rent sa Canada? I'll let Ma'am Jenica answer that one.
Okay. So it really depends actually. Depende sa area mo, if you're really in the city center or maybe a little bit outside of the city. And it also depends whether you're kung anong type yung nirerentahan mo, if it's something that you have a shared kitchen with, or maybe on your own flat studio apartment. It depends, no? Pero just to give you a range, siguro it would be ranging from $400 to $800 per month. Now, yung mga students kasi namin, usually they do shared accommodation. So like, let's say there is an accommodation for 1,000 per month. Eh, 4 sila doon o kaya 3 sila doon. So they can share. Okay, and sometimes utilities can be, yung utilities sometimes included na. So it depends. Now, one thing that misconception siguro sa mga Pinoy, because here in the Philippines, we pay upfront, di ba? Nagbabayad tayo ng 2 months deposit, 1 month advance, o kaya naman 2 months deposit, 2 months advance. In Canada, it's not like that, okay? So you can pay kahit yung first 3 days lang or yung first week mo. So you don't have to think about pag sinabi ko na 1,000 per month, naka 3,000 agad yung calculation natin. Hindi siya ganun, okay? And also when you do the homestay, it would range from about $350 to $500, $600 per month, including na yung utilities. And sometimes, pwede ka mag-include ng mga meals doon or not. Again, depende sa'yo. So I think the lowest na binabayaran ng mga student namin na nag-shared accommodation would be ranging from on average mga 300, 350 per month. Kasi shared na yon. Shared na yon, may mga kasama na sila sa bahay. So just for you to have an idea.
Thank you, Ma'am Jenica. And next question is, madami po bang accommodation na near sa school, walking distance, let's say?
Yes, mas mahal sa nearby school ha, kasi we're at the city center. So just for you to know, yes, but meron talaga, marami dyan. Now, as I've said earlier, actually least of your problems na tong accommodation because marami namang available accommodation, marami kaming connection, marami kaming mga students who are willing to share their flat. Normally, what we do, we reach out to them kasi may mga available rooms pa sila. So, depende. And sometimes mga Pinoy, mga kamag-anak nila that they were able to already establish themselves there, they rent their room out or some of their mga rooms na hindi naman na-use. So, they rent that out to international students. So, this would be the least of your problems, actually. Pero, you just set aside mga ganun, para you have idea, 300 to 600, mga 800 to 1,000, ano na nga yun eh. Kumbaga your own studio na siya. And nandun ka na sa city talaga. So the school is very accessible anyway. Nasa tapat lang siya ng SkyTrain station. So hindi siya mahirap puntahan. Okay, so I hope that gives you an idea about the living conditions.
And when Mom Jenica says like SkyTrain, it's almost the same as, let's say, yung LRT or MRT, but different in a way that hindi mo maamoy yung kilikili nung katabi mo, right? So it's totally different. And so even if you are, let's say, away from school, let's say just a reference, let's say the school is in Makati and you live in Caloocan, and then you take the SkyTrain, you'll be there in 10-15 minutes, right? So it's very quick. And if you don't want the SkyTrain, there's tons of buses as well and very accessible. So same thing, it's there's no traffic, is not that a big of a problem, right? So yeah, so it's easy. And it's the mode of transportation in Vancouver is very reliable. And pag sinabi na the bus will be in let's say where Stenberg is at 5:10, the bus will be there at 5:10, right? So yun lang problema kapag sinabi ng bus na I'll be wherever kung saan ka sasakay, pag sinabi na I'll be there by 4:30, yun lang problema. Pag wala ka din ng 4:30, wala na yung bus. But so yeah, so it's very reliable. So you won't be that won't be a problem at all. So okay, next is, during our study, are we allowed to work? If ever, how many hours? Yes. So during the school season, you are allowed to work. Most is 20 hours per week. Okay, and then when you are on your co-op days, you are still able to work in addition to your co-op, right? So that's still another 20 hours. Now, you might say, okay, I am a working student, then probably I'll be getting only like $5 an hour. No, your rate would be the at least the minimum wage, right? So not because you are a working student, they'll be paying you lesser or less. No, it would still be at least the minimum wage, right? So yeah, so again, when you're already in your co-op, it doesn't matter how many hours you work because there's no maximum as long as you don't burn out. And then after that one, you can still work another 20 hours if you want to. So okay, hoping I've answered that one as well. I think we have checked everything, Mom Jenica. So I think we can call it a night, or a day or evening. For me, it's a night.
It's a morning here.
It's 8:30 at night here. And so yeah, so for our participants, thank you so much for your time, for attending this webinar. And your next step is really submit your resume to assessment@romancas.ca so that we can go ahead and proceed and make things out to change your life. Mom Jenica, any last message?
No, I just want to say thank you to the attendees. We look forward to helping you out. And thank you, Sir Mr. L, for inviting me once again. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mom
All
Jenica.
right. Have a great lunch, everyone. Have a great evening, Sir L. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.